Hello, I'm Kochanski, Wilderness Living Skills and Survival Instructor. Connected with www.karamat.com. We run various courses on survival, and we engage in creating information videos on many of the outdoor skills. Here we have a discussion of the military issue type signal mirrors that we didn't have when we talked about signaling with the mirror earlier. Now, one mirror that is quite important is this one, in that these were very common at one time, and I managed to keep a few. And I would say that when you go on a super fortress and you've got about 27 crew members, if I don't know, a large number, over 25 anyway, and there might be a 150 plus pound survival kit for each and every member of the crew, including the signal mirror, which perhaps weighs almost half a pound. I thought that you could carry a few extra bombs if you didn't carry such heavy equipment. But at any rate, eventually a person begins to realize that a heavy plate glass signal mirror is what we want, and that plastic is the poor substitute for glass. Now, we have plastic mirrors in the form of compasses, like the silver compass, or this may be a Brunton, but this plastic mirror, a lot of people say they don't carry a signal mirror because they can use the mirror on their compass. Well, the resolution of a plastic mirror isn't very great. Anyway, the resolution of a plate glass mirror is far superior, and when you signal with this mirror, even though you might not see an aircraft, your flash may be seen over the horizon. Now, this mirror was more or less invented by Charles Learned. I believe he might have been a principal of a high school, but he was also a scoutmaster, and he discovered this principle that if you have two mirrors, like I have here, one facing outward and one facing you, with a hole in the middle, and here there's a cross, and when you look at it, the sun shines through the cross, and you either intercept that with your hand or you see it on your face, and when you look at the little bit of mirror in the back, you keep tilting the mirror until you can't see either the hole or the cross, because it's being reflected directly back into that opening that's created through the two mirrors. And when you look at an object through that, by some geometry, you are directing the reflection of the mirror very steadily on whatever you're looking at. Here it says, this is an article that I found in a 1951 Mechanics Illustrated, January 1951 Mechanics Illustrated magazine, when they were reviewing some things of this nature. Mr. Learned was asked to take out the pattern, the cause. This was actually instigated when Lindbergh crashed and spent 23 days surviving in a life raft. And airplanes were passing right over him. He and his crew had no means in attracting attention, and as a result, Mr. Learned pointed out that this phenomenon could be very useful in that regard. Now, we also have a plate glass mirror, which this came out when I was 5 years old. It says 1945. I find that this stainless steel metal mirror is not as good, but it was quite popular, and if there's anything I've ever been asked about, is why is that hole in the middle? Well, there's a hole up here to hang it. You can shave with it and so on. Military personnel could also use it for signaling, and it would be more durable and so on, but it's not as brilliant, and it doesn't resolve the reflection as well, but it's adequate. Now, a curious thing, there's a signal mirror that was issued to the military, and I don't understand why at some point they destroyed them all, or tried to, and there's a few that survived. And it's a little metal signal mirror, very heavy, and it's actually, instead of having a mirror in the back, it's got a little target, and I guess you hold out the little part with the hole through it, and you look through the mirror, and you center the hole in here on the aircraft, and you watch the flicker of the mirror on the white colored. Now it could be that they made it fluorescent so that when you flickered you might see it glow actually. Maybe that was the reason that all of a sudden these were all disposed of and became a rather rare item. All mirrors should be kept in some kind of a protective cloth. So we have more or less reviewed the type of mirrors that I was familiar with that come from the direction of the military.